Hi everyone, my name's Barry and this is Centralise. Today I'm doing a review on Zaharoff Signature Pour Homme. For anybody that doesn't know, Zaharoff, the person behind Zaharoff is someone called George Zaharoff, who's a wonderful individual. He connects with the fragrance community like nobody else. He joins live chats, he has time for people, he talks to people. He's such a good person, you just would not believe it. He's even interviewed some YouTube influencers, reviewers of fragrances, and he comes across so nice. So part of his journey to create this fragrance was to travel the world to find some of the best ingredients. So if you go to zaharoff.com or even go to the Zaharoff YouTube channel, I'll put both the links in the description. You can see his journey, where he goes and he finds the best sandalwood, where he finds the best patchouli, and he finds the incense and myrrh and all the ingredients that go into this. He goes out and sources, and he sources it from sustainable ingredients too. So it's a really good watch, and he's a really nice guy. So I just thought I'd get that out the way before I started looking at the actual fragrance. So let's have a look at the actual fragrance. This is the presentation. This is the box. Now if you watch the videos on his channel, it shows you the detail that they go into creating this box. They go into a hell of a lot of detail, and they're all these boxes are handmade as well. He's put on the back, "Best wishes, Barry," and signed it. That's really nice. This is a 120ml or 4 fluid ounce, and then when you open it up, inside you've got the juice and a little note there as well: "I become what I believe." I think the little things like the nice touches are what make the difference. Even inside it's a beautiful gold. And then what also came with it, he sent the invoice through, and on there got "Best wishes, Barry, thank you for support," which is lovely. And he also included the visas, the World of Zaharoff visas, where it shows the different ways that he travelled around the world when he was looking for the different ingredients to source. I think that's a nice touch as well. So let's have a look at the bottle. Now this bottle stands out. It's got an old school vibe to it. Look at that, how beautiful is that? And it's not symmetric either. You can see the front is completely different shape to the back, and that takes some doing. As part of his journey, he even takes you to the glass making factories in Italy, which is really eye-opening. I've never seen them before. The cap's lovely, nice plastic cap. And then you look at the sprayer. The sprayer is beautiful. And it just stands out, this bottle. It's a beautiful bottle. I think George actually classes these bottles as his children, which I can see that. It's beautiful. And the colour of the juice, oh, it's just amazing. I really like the colour of the juice. Like a lilac-y purple sort of colour. Really beautiful. So it reminds me a bit of a skyscraper, and it had done for a while, and then recently George has created a couple of posters. I'll put a picture up on the screen just to show you.
Please join me in inviting President Barack Obama and Kehinde Wiley to unveil the portrait.
And it is like a skyscraper. It's great, really nice. So it's got a bit of an old school vibe to it, and the colour of the juice is beautiful. I just think overall the presentation, the bottle, everything about it just looks absolutely amazing. But who created it? So the perfumer behind this is Claude Dir, D-I-R, and he's from the fragrance house Main, which is in France. George even goes to the perfumer's house, and he also goes, as part of this journey, which is on videos, he goes to the fragrance house as well. Really nice. So Claude Dir, he has done fragrances for Banana Republic, Bond No. 9, Elizabeth Arden, Hugo Boss, Kenneth Cole, Lacoste, and anybody that doesn't know, before Signature Pour Homme, there was a Zaharoff Pour Femme and a Zaharoff Pour Homme, and Claude Dir was the nose behind those as well. And George and Claude had lost contact for quite a while, and they managed to get back in contact with each other randomly, and the rest is history, as they say, and they've created this brilliant fragrance. So availability in the UK, it's not the easiest to get hold of. If you go to Zaharoff.com, you can order it on there, but the shipping costs are quite expensive. Now, I got in touch with George on Instagram, I mentioned the shipping costs, and he waived the shipping costs for me. Whether he would do the same for other people, I don't know. So I paid full price for the bottle. I think it works out to, I think it was about £128, which for 120ml, it's quite decent. But obviously, if the shipping was on top, I'd have really struggled. So that was a big help of knocking that shipping off. What I'm hoping that George and Zaharoff are going to do is they're going to set up UK distribution, a bit like other houses. I know Centauri have set up distribution in America and elsewhere by using companies out there to take their products on and then sell them from there. So I think that's something which could be looked at, and I think it'd be a great idea, because I think there's so many people in the UK and Europe that would be interested in buying this juice. So let's look at the note breakdown. In the top, you got fresh cardamom from Guatemala, you got lavender from the south of France, you got black pepper, you got juicy pear, and you got blue cypress from Provence. In the mid, you got ginger roots from India, blonde cedar from Virginia, temple oud from Indonesia, you got iris from Florentine, you've got pimiento leaves from Jamaica, and fir balsam from Canada. In the base, you got creamy sandalwood from Australia, gold patchouli from Indonesia, black amber, myrrh, and frankincense from Ethiopia. Originality, I think this is one of a kind, and it's definitely signature worthy. Yes, you can get bits of smells from other fragrances within it, but the journey that this takes you on, it's completely different to anything else that's out there. So is it lineal? Hell no. You go on so many different journeys with this fragrance. The lavender, spices and florals in the opening, the frankincense and the myrrh coming in with the creamy sandalwood, amber and patchouli. It's an absolutely fantastic fragrance. Absolutely fantastic. Projection, 2 to 3 hours on me, which I think is above average. Longevity, 10 hours plus. It's really good, stays on you for a long time. When to wear it, I think it's very versatile. Like I said earlier, it's signature worthy, so any time of the year. Perhaps not high heat, that would probably be the only time I wouldn't wear it, but it can be worn formally, it can be worn casually. It just does everything. It can be worn on a date, it just can do everything, this can. It's absolutely amazing. On to compliments. It's a difficult one because being on lockdown, the only people that are smelling it are the wife and kids, but they all like it, so that's a plus for me. And I'm sure when I get out there into the big wide world, then there's going to be so many people asking me what this is that I'm wearing. Worth the money. It's expensive. On the face of it, when you compare it to other designers, it's not so bad. For instance, I was doing a comparison with Tom Ford's Beau de Jour. So for Beau de Jour, £115 for 100ml, or £70 for 50ml. When you actually break it down and you look at how much Zaharoff is for 120ml, per mil, this is actually cheaper. And they do a smaller bottle than this as well. So for me, this is better value than something like Beau de Jour, and anyone that watches this channel knows how much I love Beau de Jour, but this just takes it to the next level above it. Interestingly as well, in a live chat the other night that George was in, I think it was on Sam Broom's channel, he mentioned that he'd got 2 new fragrances coming out, and he actually showed us a picture on live chat, which I've done a snapshot of and I'll show you on screen now. One's called Noir and one's called Royale. Now I can't remember which one it says, I think it might have been the Noir. And he said he'd had feedback about this and that some people don't like the lavender in it, which is not for everybody. I love lavender personally, but he said he took lavender out of it for one of the versions and he'd made a few tweaks. So they should be really interesting fragrances, and I look forward to smelling those in the future as well. So all that's left for me to say is, have you tried Zaharoff Signature Pour Homme? Leave a comment below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll speak to you all soon. Stay fragrant, not vagrant.